Do you have a goal that you really want to achieve and you've been struggling to get to it? Or maybe you've just had a goal come to mind. Well, we've got New Year around the corner and we are about to get hit with the whole onslaught of New Year, New You and all of that with the New Year's resolution. So if goal setting is something that you do have on your mind, this is going to be super helpful for you. I'm going to go through SMART goals, break down the acronym and what it means. So if you want to press pause for a moment, go and grab some pen and paper and then come back and restart or rewind, then you can do at any point. SMART goals, or SMART is an acronym for goal setting that relates to being specific, measurable, attainable or achievable, realistic, relevant, and time bound with how you're approaching the plan to your goals. Because a goal without a plan is just a wish. So having something to work towards is going to yield you better success. S is for specific. Now this is a good example of using this. Is yesterday I posted in the Women of CrossFit group and I asked what people's goals were for 2022, and within 24 hours over 600 women said that their goals were to improve their pull-ups. Now I would bet $100 that not all of those women had the same specific goals. For some of them, working on their pull-ups could mean getting that first strict pull-up. For others, it might mean linking 10 kipping pull-ups together. When we think about what your goal might be, if you're thinking of getting stronger, the specifics behind that is, what does that really mean to you? So for example, does it mean increasing your deadlift PR by 15 pounds? Or is there a specific amount that you would like to increase on your snatch or your back squat? Rather than saying, I want to be faster, a specific terminology for setting a goal would be to say that I want to take 5 minutes off my 5-mile run time. Increasing weights, turning that into, I want to gain 5 pounds of muscle, or flipping it in reverse by saying, I'd like to drop 5% body fat rather than lose weight. Thinking about what it is that you want and then breaking it down into the specifics will also help you with your why. There's a different presentation on that. Understanding what it is we want specifically and why we want it is really important in the process of achieving our goals. Once we've got the S nailed out and we move on to the M, which is for measure, this is what we need to consider. First of all, measuring our progress or the journey and how we're going to get to our goals is absolutely going to increase motivation and self-confidence and self-esteem as well. When we set a specific goal that can be measured, we are able to track it along the way using a relevant tool that's going to give us the ability to evaluate and reward ourselves along the way. Once we've established what measurement tool we want to use for our specific goal, we'll be able to look at it intermittently as well and assess if we need to make any changes for review or if we're progressing as we should be to get there, which again in itself is going to bring additional motivation. So think about what it is that you want and what would be the most relative tool to measure that progress by. How can you measure your progress and track your success? A is for achievable. Sometimes the word attainable is used here. It's really important to set a positive mindset and believe in your abilities. Positive mindset brings positive attitude, and this makes things more attainable. Also, if we break the goal up into smaller goals and look at trying to reach those smaller goals, measuring them along the way, things again become more achievable. Writing down our goals reaffirms the importance of our goals and increases the ability to achieve them. Creating accountability with friends, family, making yourself accountable by putting it out there what you want to achieve also helps with attaining a goal, as does making a plan, following the program, or reaching out and getting a coach to put those things together for you. If you have something set out for you in black and white that you're going to follow, that is going to get you to your goal, and you can see the progress to get there, it's going to help you get there in an easier, more efficient way as well. And ultimately, it makes that goal achievable. The R in SMART is for relevant, but you might also see that it comes up sometimes as realistic. Very similar in the meaning here. What we want to think about when we're thinking about the relevance or the realism of getting that goal is it an attainable vision? So again, going back to that positive mindset, can you actually visualize you doing that goal? Now, we're all capable of achieving anything we want, really, if we can visualize it. One of the important things to think about, though, is it something that we really want? Are the expectations of getting that goal realistic with things that are in our core beliefs or other factors in our lifestyle? Is it going to benefit us in other areas when we look at how much time we're going to apply into trying to get that goal? Do the achievables of what it is that we want match the measurables that we've set ourselves? Do those two align? There's some things to think about there, just to make sure that sometimes what we think we want isn't really what we want. So is this something that is rooted with our core beliefs and something that is meaningful for us? Does it have relevance? Once we've established all of those things, we've got the S, M, A, and R, we want to go on to the T. The T stands for being time-bound or being timely. And this allows us to create a sense of urgency and really increases motivation. By setting a deadline to focus towards, we're also able to work back with interim dates. So if the timeline that we set ourselves is, for example, 12 months, it's quite a long timeline, we might want to reevaluate or use a smaller part of the goal and set it with a more medium-term time frame. For example, 4 or 6 months. And then we might want to make that shorter again, for example, a week or a day, so that when we're putting in how much time we can factor in a day, is that realistic? Is it achievable to be able to set aside a specific amount of time that we want to utilize for a day or a week to work towards our goal? Because ultimately, how much time we can put in realistically is going to affect when we achieve the goal for. So we want to look at the end time, break it back down, and then look at maybe whether we need to extend it or whether we can make it shorter. Take into consideration as well why the dates or timelines might be important. Are they significant? Do you have a competition coming up? Is it in time for the Open? Is it because you've got a birthday or a big event pending? What is it you want, and why have you chosen those timelines? Are they realistic? Have a little look, break it all down, reach out if you've got any questions with that, just to make sure that it is going to be setting you up for success, because that's what we want. We want to achieve these goals. If you do have any questions, you can reach out on the Facebook group, on Instagram, or send us an email to the Women of Nutrition at gmail.com. Good luck with your goals, and thank you for watching.